Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
Good morning, friends. Greetings and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your vitality and health and well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 28 years of practicing pharmacy, I've seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like acne, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing system, it's a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing and renewing and regenerating system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, we are here for you. We welcome your phone calls on the bright side. Our number is 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010. Try to call in early so we can get to as many calls as possible. We've been taking calls in our second segment. I know a lot of you guys like to wait until our third segment, but I think I'm going to start taking calls earlier. 844-236-6010 is our number on the bright side. If you have questions about the longevity products or the longevity business, which I personally have been doing for going on 18 years now. Very excited about the convention coming up in Ontario, California. If you're a longevity distributor or part of the longevity family and you plan on being at the convention in a couple of weeks, please say hello if you see me walking through the halls. And if you haven't checked out the longevity products and you're interested in joining the Brightside Ben team, please call the phone team at 866-735-2470, 866-735-2470. Wouldn't it be nice to have yourself a business where you're actually helping people? Wouldn't it be nice to make money and actually make a difference in the world? Wouldn't it be nice to make money, earn a living, and earn a good living and help change lives? That's what longevity is all about, really, changing lives. That's what this program is about, changing lives. If you're interested in joining the Brightside Ben team, making some money, helping change lives, or even if you just want to get your products at the wholesale price, call the phone team at 866-735-2470 for a one-time $10 fee. You can join the Brightside Ben team. You can also head over to brightsideben.com and click on the Join the Team link. You can purchase any of the longevity products you hear advertised on the program at brightsideben.com, or you can go to my blog, pharmacistben.com, or my new blog, criticalhealthnews.com, which I'm doing with George Norrie. That's or you can call the Brightside Ben phone team, 866-735-2470. That's if you want to join the team or if you want to purchase any of the products that we talk about on the Bright Side every day. Okay, welcome back, friends. We're talking about what may be the most unknown and most powerful health-promoting substance in the body. It's one most folks haven't heard of unless you've been listening to this program. That's what I like to do on this program is talk about things that most people haven't heard of. We talked about nitrates and the importance of nitrates a couple weeks ago. We're going to continue talking about that. But we've taken a little digression, as we do on the bright side, talking about short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs. Most people haven't heard of this stuff, but it's hard to find a compound in the body that's made in the body that's less toxic and has more benefits for health and the prevention of disease, the most horrible diseases, including cancer and autoimmune diseases. It's hard to find anything that's more non-toxic and more powerful when it comes to disease prevention than short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs. Especially a short-chain fatty acid called butyrate, butyric acid, the active ingredient, the flavor ingredient in butter. We've been talking about these things for a couple of days now. To cut to the chase, short-chain fatty acids tune up the brain and tune up the body. They're associated with performance, high performance. The body's like a Ferrari. A high-performing engine, and butyrates are like tuning or fats that tune up this high-performance engine called the human body. They're associated with positive mood. They're associated with brain health. They upregulate chemistry. They create a sense of satisfaction and satiety and appetite suppression. They have protective effects against obesity. They're anti-inflammatory. They're responsible for a lot of the benefits associated with caloric restriction and appetite suppression. They strengthen the immune system. They calm us down. They improve the health of the heart and the circulatory system. And they're especially important for the health of the intestine, the intestinal cells. And they have antioxidant properties, and they have detox properties. They help kill cancer cells. You guys, can you see how unbelievable these things are? You don't ever hear about them. The bottom line is, the more butyrate you have and the more short-chain fatty acids you have, the better off you're going to be. And it's best to make sure you're upregulating or you're helping your body make these things. How? Vegetables and fiber. Vegetables and fiber. Vegetables for the fiber, and then bacteria. For vegetables, fiber, also fermented foods. Fermented foods are vegetables and bacteria. So fermented foods are a perfect way, using fermented foods, eating fermented foods is a perfect way to increase your butyrate and short-chain fatty acid content. In fact, that might be the main reason why fermented foods are have been associated with so many health benefits themselves, including anti-aging and longevity. It may be because of their ability to provide the body with the raw material for short-chain fatty acids. And indeed, in fermented foods, there are short-chain fatty acids. Not only do fermented foods stimulate the production of short-chain fatty acids, they actually contain their own short-chain fatty acids. So eating fermented vegetables, the ultimate source of short-chain fatty acid promoting foods, fermented beets, fermented pickles, fermented cucumbers, fermented anything really, making sure you're eating veggies and making sure you're getting your probiotic bacteria. That's how you upregulate butyrates. Fermentation which is technically the term that we use for to describe the chemical reaction between sugar and bacteria, is the source of a lot of chemistry. And in the case of the bacteria that live in the intestine, or are supposed to be living in the intestine, antibiotics, of course, kill off these good bacteria. So if we're eating lots of fish or meat, antibiotic-rich loaded or antibiotic-loaded chicken or pork, etc., we're going to deprive ourselves of these short-chain fatty acids. If we're drinking chlorinated water and fluoridated water and getting antibiotics intentionally via prescription, all of these are going to compromise our ability to make short-chain fatty acids. But assuming we have the bacteria in the intestine to make these short-chain fatty acids, these bacteria actually are fermenting bacteria. They react to sugar. Where do they get the sugar from? Fiber. Especially a specific kind of fiber, which we'll talk about here in a second, called resistant fiber. So in the gut, in the digestive tract, the fermentation process, intestinal bacteria will munch down on fibers, and fiber is called prebiotic because it's food for these bacteria. So these intestinal bacteria will munch down on fiber and then release short-chain fatty acids as a byproduct. Fermentation is not always a good thing, of course. In the case of cancer cells, fermentation refers to how rogue cells or cancer cells obtain their energy. Cancer cells are cells that are at their wits' end. By the time you get cancer, a cancer cell is just a freaked out cell. It hasn't been able to get energy, and what it's doing is it's fermenting to obtain its energy. It's eating sugar to obtain its energy. Cells would rather not eat sugar. Most cells in the body would rather not use sugar for energy. Most cells in the body would rather use fats for energy. However, over the course of time, as their ability to process fats breaks down, as sugar becomes more and more present in the body, these cells become fermenters, and that's where cancer begins. But fermentation can also be a good thing. In the case of short-chain fatty acids, fermentation of fiber by bacteria that live in the gut produce or result in the production of these short-chain fatty acids. So we want to be upregulating short-chain fatty acids for longevity, for anti-cancer, for anti-aging. We want to be making more of these things. First thing to think about is fiber, more fiber. There's two main kinds of fiber. Soluble fiber dissolves in water, or actually you could say maybe water dissolves in soluble fiber, depending on your perspective. You can buy soluble fiber in a drugstore. You can add it to water. It dissolves. It's tasteless. It gets you the benefits of fiber. It fills you up after meals. It'll stabilize your blood fats. It helps control the absorption of fats into the circulation from the intestine, and it will also help feed the bacteria that make these short-chain fatty acids. Most mushy Fruits, mushy type fruits and vegetables, squash, pumpkin, potatoes, pears, apples will get you some soluble fiber. The stuff you make jam and jelly with is a soluble fiber too, by the way. There's two other kinds of fiber that are important to understand. We'll tell you what those are when we come back from our break. And take your phone calls. 844-236-6010 is our number. We're coming back right after this. Don't go away.
Pharmacist Ben Fuchs knows the importance of proper digestion.
Make sure you take a look at the Ultimate Enzyme product. They're made with bile salts and fat digestion enzymes and protein digestive enzymes. And not only do the Ultimate Enzymes give you obvious benefits for digestion, but they can also help keep your blood flowing through your circulatory system. As most of you probably know by now, thick, sludgy, clotting blood is a serious risk factor for heart disease and stroke. Clearly, inappropriate and excessive blood clotting is a major health issue, and thick, sludgy blood is not just about heart health either. Sludgy blood can compromise oxygenation and nutrient delivery to all your cells and tissues and organs and ultimately lead to almost any health issue you can name.
Concerned about proper digestion and heart health? Order Ultimate Enzymes by calling 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470 or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com. Order today.
Mike Stenerson for Midas Resources. At no time in history have precious metals been more important, certainly not in my 22 years in the industry. The dollar has lost over 90% of its value in the last 60 years. No fiat currency has ever survived the government printing presses. Ours is not immune. The time is now to be proactive. 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Anything tied to the dollar is at risk. CDs, annuities, 401ks, IRAs, stocks, bonds, you name it, so decide. Do you want to leave a legacy of wealth or debt for your family? The choice is yours. Call me at 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. That's 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Be proactive, not reactive. Call 1-800-686-2237, extension 116.
By now, you may have heard a bit about Bitcoins, but did you know Bitcoins are now over an $8.5 billion market? And did you know that over 65,000 businesses now accept Bitcoins? Listen, if you're already earning Bitcoins or trying to make money in the Bitcoin market, you've got to know bidbit.co. Why? Because bidbit.co is where you can easily receive Bitcoins by selling and auctioning off your own personal items or promote business products and services for Bitcoins. You heard right. Whether personal or business, you can now buy, sell, and auction your products and services quickly, easily, and securely for Bitcoin at bidbit.co, the first and only marketplace website to offer BidBit Escrow, a proprietary technology which gives buyers and sellers security and peace of mind because all transactions are protected. Start today. It's free to join, free to post, free to auction, and free to bid at bidbit.co. Buy, sell, bid, or auction everything Bitcoin. That's www.bidbit.co. Bidbit.co.
What good is a Big Berkey water filter?
We get that question a lot here at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com, and in a word, the answer is protection. Protection from water main breaks, E. coli contamination, environmental chemical spills, pesticide runoff, chlorine taste and smell, and all forms of fluoride. Plus, Big Berkey water filters are the original gravity water filter system and most trusted on the market for a reason. Tested by multiple independent NSF EPA certified labs, they are the gold standard in water purification. At only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. That means big savings. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get a Big Berkey today at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. GCN listeners receive 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit our website or call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Independently leading the way for the nation. Compelling talk for every political persuasion. We are GCN.
Okay, welcome back to the Bright Side. Pharmacist Ben here. We're on the air Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific and 10 to 11 Central Time. If you like what you hear, tell your friends. And, of course, if you want to purchase any of the longevity products that we advertise or recommend on the program, you can head over to my website, brightsideben.com, or blog, pharmacistben.com. or criticalhealthnews.com and order directly from the web. You can also join the Brightside Ben team directly from the web, or you can call the phone team at 866-735-2470. We'll get to your phone calls here momentarily.